Well, to make a long story short, I have been sick for the past 2 months, and it's been a little relentless, but I'm starting to finally feel better, so I decided it's about time to make some more videos. I apologize for not having been around, but we're back, and hopefully I will start to make more videos now that I'm feeling better. Anyway, I will start today with my 2017 reading goals, because we are already in the middle of February, and it's about time. So here we go, let's jump right in. My first order of business for 2017 is I've decided to try out a book buying ban. And for many different reasons. The biggest reason, I think, is that I have so many books that I have not read. When I rediscovered my love for reading, I was a little addicted, as I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with the feeling of going to a bookstore and feeling very uncontrolled and just sort of buying as much as you can. So I did that for a long time, and I am left with this shelves of books that I have not read. It's very sad. So my goal of this year is to get these books read. And also, I need to save some money, so why not? I was spending a lot of my money on books, which, when you have the money, is totally fine, and that's awesome. Spend your money on good things, but I'm a little, I need to watch my budget, so that's not going to happen anymore. I need to really watch what I spend, so I need to not buy so many more books. But what I will do is I'm going to try to utilize my library as much as I can. Right now I've got a huge list of new releases that are on hold, and as things come up, I'm doing some different reading challenges and things, so as those things come up, I'm going to use the library and check that first before not before I buy anything. I'm not going to buy anything. I decided during my monthly wrap-ups, I will sort of keep you all updated on how I do with that book buying ban. I have already failed. In January, I did buy some books. Yeah. But for a good reason, and I will show you those on my haul videos, but for the most part, I've actually been doing pretty well, except for that one book. I think it was just one. Yes. So the book buying ban does not exclude gift cards, so I did get some gift cards for my birthday, so I did use those, and I still have one left. So if you do see some hauls in the future, hopefully those would just be from gift cards and not actually my own money being spent. So there's that. So one of the ways that I decided to help me, read these books that I have not read yet, because I do have a really hard time choosing what book to read next, is I am doing some different challenges. So the first one I'm doing is the Book Riot's Read Harder Challenge, which I will link the site down below. It's got a list of a bunch of different challenges for you to accomplish throughout the year. So my goal with those is to hopefully just take books that I already own to use for those. I think there might, on occasion, be some books that I don't have that don't fall under those categories. So for that, I will use the library, but I will not buy any books for that challenge. I have already, I think I'm on 3 I've already done, and I will go over those on my wrap up. But that is pretty cool. Also, I'm going to hopefully this year be more involved with the Feminist Orchestra Book Club, and I will link the video down below for that. It's a really great book club started by Jean from Jean's Bookish Thoughts. And this month's pick is Maya Angelou's I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. And I have that, so I don't have to buy that one. I read Kissing the Witch in January, which I will talk about in my January wrap-up. So hopefully I won't have to buy too many books for that. But I do want to do some more of these challenges and these book clubs, because hopefully it'll help me get my TBR list down a little bit. I've also joined the Rainbow Library, which is a new YouTube channel put on by LGBTQ YouTubers, booktubers. I have not made a video for that yet, obviously, because I've been very sick, but hopefully I will do that very soon. I've got some ideas that I can't wait to share with them, and I will totally link some videos down below from them, or I'll just link the channel down below so you can watch them. It's a really great channel. It's started by Lee from Lee Reader, so I'm excited for the Rainbow Library. The other thing which I did, oh, this is terrible after I talk about not buying books. Well, whatever. I have one more month. I joined Book of the Month Club. What? That which just seems so contradictory, right, to what I just did. I think December I bought the 3-month thing. So March is my my last free month, but I think I might stick with it. I mean, it's $10 a month. I can afford $10. I might stay with it. Oh, we'll see. I'll show you what books I received from them so far, but so far I really like it. Thinking about it now, I'm not sure why I did that, but we'll see how it goes. Also, I have collected a lot of classics, and I'm hoping to get to a lot of those this year. So some of the classics that I have that I need to get to are my cloth bounds. I've got Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen and Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte that I'm still in the middle of, and I will get to it. I will finish it. It's good. I don't know. I've also got some of these, what are these called? The Penguin English Library that I'd love to get to. So I've got Dracula, which would be a great read for October. I've still got my Edith Wharton that I've been wanting to read forever. This is The House of Mirth. And then I just received, which I should haul later, but it's a little sneak peek. This is The Woman in White by Wilkie Collins. Oops. So hopefully I'll get to those. And then I've had these books for a long time, so it's just about time to get these read. These are my Virginia Woolfs. These are the vintage red spine editions of Virginia Woolf. So real fast, I've got Between the Acts, The Waves, Mrs. Dalloway, To the Lighthouse, and finally, Orlando. Yeah, and a bookmark. So those are some of the classics I would love to get to this year. I've also got a bunch of nonfiction that I would love to get read. I've got my 2 Stacy Schiff books. Stacy, is that her name? Yeah, Schiff. Stacy Schiff books, The Witches and Cleopatra, that I would love to start. I've got my first Mary Roach book that I would love to do. I've got a couple of books that Steve recommended to me. So I've got some nonfiction reads down the way that I would love to get to as well this year. And of course, there are lots of different authors that I need to keep reading, like Allie Smith. I own a lot of her books that I haven't read yet. Jeanette Winterson, I still have to read some of her books that I have. I've got a bunch of Toni Morrison. Almost all of her books, I think, except for one that I need to get to and start reading more of, because I just adore her and I don't read her enough. I want to get to more David, what's his name? David Atlas, I was going to say, because I see Cloud Atlas. But David Mitchell, I've got 3 of his books. 1, 2, 3, 4 of his books, and I'm going to start with Cloud Atlas. I just got to figure out when the best time to start this is. But I have 4 of his books that I need to read. I've got a bunch of Bernice L. McFadden books. I've got all of Gloria Naylor's books. I have so many of these authors that I've collected. I've got to just dive in and start reading them. Does anyone have the same problem? Have you collected a bunch of different works from different authors and just haven't gotten around to reading them? Please let me know. I can't be the only one out there that has this problem. I also have a ton of short story collections that I want to get read. It's just kind of massive, the amount of books I have to read. So there you go. That's why I'm not buying any more books. Oh, I did want to show you, I don't know if anyone's, Final Empire, what is this? The Mistborn trilogy that I have been sitting here for like a year that I want to get to this year. I think one of the challenges on the Read Harder Challenge is to read a fantasy. So there, I'll read 3 fantasy. I also want to show you my collection of these, what are they called? The Olive editions. They're from Harper, right? Yeah, Harper Perennial. I've got a bunch of these that I haven't read. I've just been collecting them. Aren't these amazing? The first one I got was State of Wonder. But I've got all of these that I want to finish. Maybe one day I'll do a little additions video. That might be nice. Hey, look at all these ideas. So last but not least is I want to shout out my best friend, Emma, who has recommended to me 3 books, I think, that I own that I will show you them right now that I want to get to this year. So this is my Emma book list. The first one is A Fine Balance, which everyone's read except me. Then I have Shantaram by Gregory David Roberts. And finally, Emma, you forgot that you gave me this, but this is Whipping Girl, a transsexual woman on sexism and the scapegoating of femininity. So that is my short little Emma list that I want to get read this year. Wow, going through just now, trying to find these books, I was reminded of the books that I own again and how many that I haven't read. And I could just keep popping different covers up here to show you when I want to read, but I don't want to bore you with all that. So you'll just have to see and wait for my monthly wrap-ups and my TBRs and all that kind of stuff. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for subscribing and watching. Again, I'm sorry I haven't been around. It's been a crazy, crazy month. This was a really bad cold going around in Northern California. That was just affecting everyone. So, yeah. Thank you so much for watching and staying subscribed. And I really promise, I say this all the time. I'm not gonna say it anymore. I'll just say I'll see you in the next video. How about that? Please remember to be kind, listen to each other, and read some good books. Bye, everyone.